Oh, wow. You can see the car just ping-ponging. Stop! Yes! Hello everyone, Crash here, this is RTA Motorsports. Today we're going to be joining in the Nürburgring for the Fanatec GT3 Challenge race. We're going to be in the Porsche 911 GT3R, and of course we're going to be testing this Cammus C5. I finally got my computer running, I think. We're good so far. I figured out some of the issues, had nothing to do with the Cammus C5. And I'm going to post a video at a later time as to what exactly happened there, but again, it wasn't related to my Cammus C5 at all, but pretty surprising stuff and a pretty easy fix too, so very happy about that. Let's see what this is just going to be a fixed race. You can see here I can't adjust any of the setups, just wet or dry tires. Let's see what the forecast is supposed to look like. It says track is lightly wet. It doesn't, I mean, I guess foggy, but it looks clear. So I'm not really sure what that's about. So if the track is wet and you can see some water coming off the back of these cars, and that guy struggled to get that turn in, we're definitely going to have to make sure we're running wet tires, because any water on the track with slicks in iRacing just equals 360s. You just spin right off the track. So let's see how this feels here. Let's get our limiter on. This is just a warm up, but the race is starting momentarily. Oh, you can see well, actually you can't see, but in the rear view, there is just a ton of water spraying off the back of the car. Up, we got a guy slowly going off the side of the track. Yeah, I can feel the car pushing and really just kind of understeering into the turns because the track is wet. But the sky is looking beautiful, so I'm actually surprised, because in the practice session it was whiteout conditions, completely foggy. So far, the wheel is feeling amazing. The one thing I did do was, oh no! Oh, we ended up cutting there. Oh no. All right, yeah, let's, there we go. Okay. Good thing this is only the warm-up and not the actual race session yet. The race session's about to start momentarily. But the one thing I did do was I upped the natural friction setting in the Cammus software. It says higher setting is better for lap races, where a lower setting would be better for like rally and drifting. So figured, you know, let's put it up. Let's put it up to a higher setting. Put it up to 75%, just like 3/4 of the way there, just to see, you know. And initially out of the gate, made the wheel feel heavier, which it says it will do. But as we're driving here, the wheel still feels really smooth. I'm getting a little bit more of the road texture come through the wheel, which is really nice. Getting a little bit more of the curves. Which is really good. That's what I wanted. All right, there we go. So warm-up is over. Good deal. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to be qualifying at all. It's just going to be putting us directly into the race session, which is interesting. I didn't really foresee it doing that. Let's see. Let's make sure. We got all of our, let's see, all of our things running here that we should. There we go. Okay. I knew we were missing something. And it looks like they're putting us towards the front for whatever reason. Looks like we're going to be starting P3. That's dangerous. Hopefully we're on the wet tires. Yes,
70.
wet. All right, good.
90 Celsius.
We said that before the warm-up.
07 in the left column. Jump to car number 07.
Gonna get some water on the windshield because we're following this guy, and the track is wet. Must be like a sun shower or something. Try to get some heat in the tires. You know that first turn is going to be a mess. That hairpin. Everyone's going to be sliding into everybody. Hopefully not into the back of me. Hopefully everyone's nice and safe. But yeah, so far, I mean, that practice session that I ran earlier, and then really boosting up that natural friction in the warm-up really made this feel a lot better. It is a smaller wheelbase, but again, you kind of get used to that size really quick, and I kind of like it for cars that utilize this sort of like GT3 style wheelbase. Oh no!
Okay, right, let's take off. Focus.
He ended up crashing, then he took off. Oh, big incident right behind us. That was what I was afraid of. They kind of overshot the turn. At least it appeared that way. A lot of guys kind of made it through the turn pretty easily, it looks like, too. go. We're on the Nürburgring. I feel the rear end kind of kicking out a little bit.
Behind us now, 217.
Some weight on those front tires. Trail brake. Oh no. Oh, we went off. Definitely have to bind a control to the windshield wipers if you're going to be doing these wetter races in iRacing.
Of this kind of structure.
Like I was saying before, I really like these smaller steering wheels for driving these GT3-like cars because it feels very similar to the size of that wheel. So you can kind of rotate the wheel faster, kind of quicker reaction times. So it would be small for like a NASCAR style vehicle, but you know, not impossible to use it for those. It just, you know, in comparison, it would be small. But you can get used to it. But when you're racing these types of vehicles, it really feels good. It does. You can adjust the ABS or the traction control settings in these fixed races. I know some people are like, how come you're not doing it? You can't, not in a fixed race, not in a fixed session. Oh, he ended up losing it there. I almost lost it there too. Big old tail slide. There we go. Come on, baby. Track is looking like it's drying out. Still quite a bit of water coming out of the back of my car. See that like white mark up there? That's the guy ahead. This guy's gonna try to make moves because he's got a draft on me right now. Now we're back in the rain.
2 to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium. Only 2 more laps to go.
I gotta say, this wheel is feeling amazingly like it doesn't feel out of place on this rig. And that's why I wanted to try it on my motion rig, because, you know, I have a big aluminum profile motion rig here, and would, you know, this inexpensive but direct drive, smaller wheelbase feel out of place? And it really does not. And it's super quiet too. I am wearing headphones. I'm not gonna be able to hear it, but when I'm not wearing my headphones, that little blower fan that's on there doesn't make much noise. And then just the wheel itself, it's actually pretty quiet. Slid the rear out. Come on. This thing is just understeering. Pushing it, come on. We got this. no!
Just cut the track.
That was a silly off track. It didn't help me at all. It actually turned in a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought I was going to understeer, so I kind of turned in a little bit early, expecting understeer, and the thing just like pulled right in. I just saw like a little, almost looked like a rainbow almost, through the tail of this water that the Porsche 911 ahead of us is spraying up. It's like it changed colors because of the sun behind it kind of refracted through it. It was pretty neat. Pretty neat. It just wasn't a unified color. It was pretty cool. First time I've seen that. I was a little wide. Yeah, come on. Come on. Oh, that was rough. That was hard. We got wheel damage. We got wheel damage. I knew that was coming too. You saw me leaning. I was trying to keep up with him, and we ended up messing it up. Let's see if we can hold it together for another lap and a half. I don't know, turning right felt really, really odd. You can see the car is just like not settled at all. It's like pulling in every direction. I can't believe I made that mistake. And the thing is, I felt it coming, and I didn't brake soon enough. I was just following the car ahead like a robot, and then went into like, oh, we're racing on dry track mode. Hey, we have a lot of grip. No, we don't. This is where needing more practice due to the race conditions is necessary. You know, I thought I was doing pretty good with my one lap of practice in the rain. I'm like, hey, you know, we're holding P3. Pretty good. All right. Cool. Nope. Good thing is like this whole section is slow in comparison to the rest, you know, the straightaways and all that.
It's now 0 seconds.
kind of wonder if maybe the cars behind did not change their tires to wet. I'm kind of having that feeling. I don't think so. Maybe there was an incident and they're all kind of going through the same sort of wheel damage I'm going through. Very possible. But if you notice, I mean, I keep kicking the rear of the car out. Yes, I am on a motion rig, so I do feel it in my body. But we're also feeling it in the steering wheel instantaneously, and I'm able to save it not every time, but 99% of the time. As we're understeering or oversteering, I'm able to correct for it because I'm feeling it. I'm not that I'm seeing it only. I'm actually feeling it. So, and that's what's important. That's what counts. All right, we're still able to get up into 6th gear at least. We are significantly slower than we should be. And I have some silly incidences on board that we did not need. I was kind of hoping to get like a really clean run here, but 4 is not the end of the world. Hopefully we get somewhat of a boost on our safety rating. All right, white flag is out. So we got one more lap and we have a, I don't know, 20, 15 degree offset here. I'm gonna really make this as wide as possible. The biggest issue may be fuel. We run out of fuel because of the increased drag of, you know, the tires being off. Little drift, never hurt nobody. We can make it. P3. I can taste it. P3. Got a pretty good lead on the cars behind. Track is still wet, even though it looks pretty dry. I can still see a spray of water coming off the back of this car. And the car is still pushing and still kicking the tail out, so I'm having to correct for both things. I really like that gear shift indicator right there on the steering wheel. just hit that curb and the wheel just like slammed over. Crash, what are you doing? Made me pucker up real quick. It's the turn that got me last time. I took it real slow. Well, I'm not doing that again. I need to increase the volume of crew chief. I'm having a hard time really hearing what he's saying. I am completely sweaty now. Oh man. Whew. I am working. Working for sure. Oh, this car is like pulling left and right. Oh, wow. You can see the car just ping-ponging. Stop! Oh, it's kind of scary to try to go fast. Car's doing this. Ah! Yes.
Great drive. That's a podium.
Podium. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's awesome. Yes. All right, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed that race. I surely did. Anytime I could be on the podium, that's a good day for Crash. Now, the Cammus C5 here performed, I would say, above what my expectations were. What a better track to test this at than the Nürburgring combined in an iRacing official race. I absolutely love this track, especially when wet. It adds a whole nother layer of difficulty and really necessitates another layer of car control that I wish I got a little bit more practice at. I think we really could have nailed and maintained P2. But the Cammus C5, I feel like, for what I expect 5 Newton meters to feel like, I feel like this wheel is kind of performing above that. I do have in the Cammus software the C5, the power ratings at 100%. And today I put up that natural friction, which it says on track races, you're going to want to put that higher. I did, and it really made it come alive, especially when it came time to really control this car and feel the different things that I wanted to feel through the wheel. Running over the curbs, things like that, I was able to feel that a little bit more. Road texture, I felt that a little bit more. I would say with the curbs and all that, I don't feel them as sharp and jerky as I do with my Sim Experience AccuForce Pro V2, but I do feel them. But really feeling what the car's doing, you do feel that really, really well, really strong. Overall, I gotta say, this wheel has been an absolute eye-opener, especially for the size. I mean, now, the size of the wheel rim itself, again, I will say I do like racing GT3, GT4 style cars. So for me, the size of the rim doesn't really matter much. Doesn't bother me at all. And I would say for rally or anything like that, you could get used to it really quick because a smaller wheel also makes it a little bit easier to react and act quickly. It isn't so small that it feels like a toy, and it isn't so big that it feels like a car rim. It's kind of like almost an in-between type deal, almost like an open wheel kart type size. So I actually like it. The leather on it feels really good. When I'm wearing my racing gloves, it grips on it really well. And honestly, I've been running this wheel quite a bit. The wheel itself still looks perfect as it was when I first unboxed it. It looks really good. But on top of that, being that the motor, the direct drive motor, is attached to the wheel itself, I could fit my keyboard right behind it. I now have a shelf that I didn't have prior. Kind of like a little unexpected sort of perk there. But yeah, my little wireless keyboard fits back there. It's really convenient. And it honestly doesn't feel out of place on a motion rig. I did want to put it on my motion rig, not only to mount it to my rig where I have my nice pedals and all that, but just to see if it feels like, you know, why is this here? Why this doesn't belong here? But to be honest with you, it feels really good. The only thing I will give it a somewhat con for is just the size of the paddle shifters. I kind of wish they were a little bit longer. I like the position of them because when I wrap my hands around the steering wheel, my fingertips fall right on the paddles. So the position of them is really good. I just wish they were a little bit longer so when I'm turning the wheel like this, I could still actuate them a little bit easier. But I'm sure there's probably going to be some third-party like stick-on solutions that are out there. But you know, it's just really for those instances when you're like deep in a turn And you really shouldn't be shifting, honestly, in a turn, because then you start upsetting the weight balance of the car by shifting. So really, you're supposed to be in the right gear when you enter the turn, right? So, but that's the only thing I could really think of. This wheel has been absolutely solid, and it feels great. I can't wait to do some more races with it, but this was my first complete iRacing official race that we didn't have any computer issues with, that we were able to actually fully test this, and really this was the best track to do it. It does feel a little bit warm to the touch, just a little bit, but that fan is going and you can feel it kind of evacuating the air out. But in the Cammus software, it's nowhere near overheating or anything like that. So that's really good there too. So everyone, I gotta say, if you can help me out, definitely hit that like button, that subscribe button for more reviews, more content on this Cammus C5, especially now that we have the computer up and running and we're gonna be able to start entering races again. Also, if you can, I have become an affiliate with Cammus. Definitely look at the links below. You definitely will help me out. Doesn't increase the price for you at all, but if you're interested in this wheel, definitely check out the Cammus links below in the description. Everyone, I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Definitely stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.